We want to turn now to Haiti, and we want to cover a number of different elements on Haiti, but of course, the looming issue is the possibility of a new invasion and occupation of Haiti, really led by the United States, but involving Kenya and many others. We are very, very honored to be joined here on the show by Mamira Prosper, who's the international coordinator at Community Movement Builders and also the co-host of Haiti, Our Revolution Continues on WBAI. So we really, really appreciate it. Fraught moment. Of course, Joe Biden got up at the United Nations, said the international community needs to intervene. Kenya seems to be taking the lead. Any day now, it seems like this U.S.-Ecuador draft to bring this forward. But anyway, Mamira, maybe just to advance the ball, I mean, what do you think about the narrative about this first and foremost, which is basically like Haiti is overrun with savages, and if America doesn't back some intervention, it's going to be worse than you could ever imagine?
Well, right, of course, we always hear about Haiti being chaotic space, and of course, it is because the images that we see are often of right dark-skinned black men burning tires, and that is put up against the gang violence, and it serves to confuse us so that we cannot tell the difference right between people who are protesting against corruption, right, against material conditions that are deplorable, right, poverty, state abandonment, versus folks who are very much operating as paramilitaries. And if we look at when the gangs or gang violence really popped off, you can see a direct correlation that it is a response, right, a form of repression unofficially by the state against movement that had really coalesced and culminated into taking over the country in 2018. And right when this happened, we're talking about millions of people throughout cities of Haiti in 2018, what many call the Petro Challenge. And immediately after, you have the gang starting to massacre people in large numbers, particularly targeting neighborhoods where people were coming out in great numbers to the protests, right? So if we lose that analysis and we do not trace back how these gangs started coming to this moment, right, then we miss out, right, what's really happening. And it's our job to pull apart these different things, right? So I wanted to say that, but of course, to the dominant media in the global north, right, in the West, these are all same, right, black bodies just running around and they're unruly, and the struggle that's taking place on the ground, right, is completely obscured. And one of which is that Haitian people, right, are done with the current situation and have said that this state, right, these people who have self-appointed are not the ones that we have chosen, and they are not leading us into a kind of development or collective self-determination that reflects, right, us.
So I know I think that's a really good point, especially because of course the issue of gangs, like Eugene mentioned, is always being invoked to justify some sort of intervention. You have Kenya saying that they've committed to leading a multinational force to Haiti to combat gangs in conjunction with the U.S. And even Haiti's prime minister is, has been basically requesting and supporting this kind of deployment. So I guess the question becomes, why all of this? Like, why do all of these different characters, why does America need to invoke gang violence to intervene in Haiti? What is it about Haiti that's so important that Haiti isn't allowed to be an independent state?
Right. I mean, those are great questions. I will say first and foremost, Haiti has been in the 21st century this place that a lot of other countries trying to emerge right into the ranks of the developed nations have come to want to occupy in order to demonstrate right that they are too ready right for global leadership. I say this because we see continual occupation of Haiti in the 21st century starting in 2004. So, a lot of folks were saying no to occupation on the ground. Folks were saying no to occupation in the diaspora, internationalist allies, right? It's because we know that there's already the history of occupation in Haiti. In fact, right, this version of Haiti starts almost 100 plus years ago when the U.S. formally occupied Haiti 1915 with U.S. troops coming out of the U.S. South who had been trained with, with Jim Crow tactics and left afterwards, right? The army, we know that's what the US does. They occupy a territory, they build up the army continues to do the work, right? We have black hands, certainly, but white supremacist values in terms of how they are treating the population. Certainly, also, what is it that these forces protect? And we can come back to the gangs and enter the gangs in the picture, but they protected, right? Multinational / transnational extractivist projects. We're talking about industrial parks. We're talking about, right, big plantations. We're talking about mines, right, for gold and other minerals, and a little less tourism, right? But we're talking about the extractivist project that these armed forces were made to protect, right? So there's that logic of it. So when you have this army being removed when the deposed president Jean-Bertrand Aristide comes back in 1994, then Haiti is going to need, right, some external force to come in every so often and push back against the people when they're not agreeing to what Haitians have come to call the plan of death that is laid out for Haiti. So we have in 2004, after several years of folks fighting on the ground, right, pushing against low minimum wages, pushing against, right, the fact that the state isn't investing or is not allowed to invest sufficiently enough into social programs, right, that you're going to have the imposition of this UN force, which is 5,000 soldiers coming out of Latin America. So one thing about like how empire moves in relation to Haiti is after every occupation, those who came to occupy, their faces change. So if in the 1915 you had U.S. South Marines coming in, 1994 you're gonna put Haitian Americans, right, in the mix. 2004 you're gonna throw in some Latin Americans in the mix, and maybe why not a friendly soccer match between Brazil and Haiti to justify, right, this new occupation. So you're going to have empire sort of fine tuning itself. And this is why this moment is so interesting, because enters Kenya, a Black African country, and then Dominican Republic, both countries considered, right, developing, who are seeing the opportunity for them to raise in the ranks of the interstate system, but certainly, right, come to make us sympathize more with an occupation of Haiti, right? Because if right now we saw a whole bunch of white bodies show up on the first Black Republic, it might trigger, right, some responses. But if you see a bunch of Kenyans and Dominicans, read usually as Black, even, then it's okay, right? So I think there's some of that is part of the fine tuning of the tool of empire with Haiti, is that, okay, we have to continually occupy it. We're just going to throw in the lead a different entity. This is why Jamaica was trying to be in the lead. The Bahamas even proposed itself, right? That there's this other game that's being played in terms of who will be the face. But in the end, it's the US that's pulling the strings, right? That's really what it is. In the end, it's part of their plan to be able to continually have power and control over the Haiti, which is also has geopolitical implications, right? It has always been a strategic place to control, just like Cuba, right? So of course that it is about Haiti, and it's also about controlling the region. It's not just about Haiti, right? Part of what the gangs facilitate in the territory is the movement of guns and drugs, right? Folks are printing out these maps showing the flow of guns going from the US into Latin America, and, right, drugs coming out Latin America into the US, right? So there's many reasons that an occupation of Haiti benefits, right, multiple powers that be. And the Haitian people continue to say, we've already done that, right? The UN mission was there from 2004 to 2017. And during the time they were there is an increase in violence. There are more guns now in Haiti at the number of 500,000 now than there were before, right? These occupiers showed up. So something is amiss.